From the year 1955 to the year 1975, an important race began. But it's not the kind that you would think. Although there was lots of running, it wasn't to a track, it was to the launch pads.
From 1955 to 1975, the Cold War rivals, the United States and Soviet Union, started the space race, a race that would live with the entire world and spark pride, joy, fear, controversy, and many more things in people's hearts. The race itself was frightening considering the period and the grievances, but the victory was prideful for America and still would be decades later.
On October 4th, 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1 into space, and later Sputnik 2 on November 3rd. However, Sputnik 2 had a dog named Lila on board.
On December 18th of that same year, the U.S. also sent a SCORE, signaling communication by orbiting relay, broadcasting a Christmas message from U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower. The recorded voice of President Eisenhower expressed the wishes of the American people for peace and goodwill. I wonder if aliens heard it.
On April 12th, 1961, the Soviet Union took a huge lead when Yuri Gagarin made one orbit around the entire Earth. Later that year, the U.S. would achieve the first pilot-controlled flight into space. The first American, Alan Shepard, flew 116 miles high.
Also in 1961, President John F. Kennedy got a lot of approval on his campaign, winning the election by assuring the country that we would have a man on the moon by the end of the decade. He wanted someone up there, and not only would we do it, but we did it about 5 months before the deadline, in July of 1969.
On March 18th, 1965, Alexei Leonov left his spacecraft, the Voskhod 2, in a specialized spacesuit and conducted a 12-minute spacewalk, the first ever of its kind. Can you imagine how fun it would be to take a spacewalk?
Now let's take a break from these dates and look at the amazingness of all of these things that happened. For instance, the launch of the satellite Explorer 1.
Ignition, mainstay, lift off, lift off.
Turning to our dates, July 14th, 1965, the U.S. satellite Mariner 4 performs the first successful voyage to Mars and gets the first ever close-up pictures of the Martian surface.
Last but definitely not least, July 20th, 1969, one of the biggest and most controversial dates in American history. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin are the very first men to ever walk on the surface of the moon, leaving the atmosphere in Apollo 11 on July 16th, securing not only American pride, but the American victory of the space race against the Soviet Union.
And we continue to make many more achievements after that. As Neil Armstrong said it, one small step for a man. On April 12th, 1961, the Soviet Union took a huge lead when Yuri I'm keeping this as a blooper.
Gagarin.
Okay. Did you cut?
No.
Just cut.
From 1955 to 1975, the Cold War.
When Yuri Gagarin